a name with him. They got these black jerseys on, so it's hard to see. I think it is number 7. That is Jake Walker. He's a senior kicker and punter. That's all he does on the roster. And so we may get to see this boot pretty quick. And so let's see what they do. We've got the clock set. Ref is putting the ball down, or he's giving it to the player to put the ball down. So they had a kicker last year who could boot it pretty good. This guy, he looks like a pretty good kicker. Kind of long and lanky. Maybe about 6 foot, 6'1". And this one's deep, deep, deep. Going to be all the way back to the end zone in the touchback. And I'm going to be honest with you, folks. In high school football, especially the single A level, if you can kick it in the end zone and start your opponent on the 20-yard line, you make them go 80 yards. That's tough to do. That is tough to do. They have to stay buttoned up. If they can do it, I mean, you're going to take a lot of time off the clock. But you got to be very, very disciplined. And I feel like after watching the last couple of weeks of this Bulldogs offense, they've seen some improvement, but they've just had some issues holding on to the football. So we're coming out in the same formation we've been in most of the season. In the gun to Parker Clark, and he hands it off to one going to the right side, and that's Tyler Johns. He's going to get maybe 4 yards or maybe 3 or 4 yards. So last week we had a quarterback change. Logan Eckhart was moved to receiver, and Parker Clark was moved to quarterback. Eckhart, he has a little bit better of an arm, and he throws it a little bit better, but one of the things that Parker brings is a running element. So it was a 4-yard gain. Second down, ball on the 24-yard line. Gets a snap, and he's going to hand it to Johns going off the left side. He's going to cut it up the middle, pick up close to 3, and I think they're going to mark him down at the 27-yard line. And so far, 2 runs by Johns. He's held on to the football, and that's going to bring up third down. It looks like they're going to mark him at the 27. He needs to get to the 30 for a first down. 3 yards to go. Maybe a fake and a keep by Parker here, right here. Direct snap to Dallas. If we get 3rd and 1, one of the things we did last week was put Dallas under center and quarterback sneak him, and we were very successful at it. And so Parker Clark, that's what he's going to do. He's going to keep it and run up the middle, and he's going to pick up maybe a yard or 2. It looks like they may spot him on the 29. And so let's see what Coach Metter opts to do. At 0-6, you've got nothing really to lose. I don't mind it. I mean, this is the safe play, but if you opted to go for it or even try to draw him off sides and take a timeout, I wouldn't have blamed him. So it's going to get a snap. It's going to be an okay kick. It's going to take a Bulldog bounce. And roll out of bounds at the 35. So not a bad kick. Flip the field. And so Joe Byrns, they're going to take over on their own 35-yard line. So So far in the game, we've had 3 runs for 7 yards. Clark kept the last one. He ran up the middle, picked up maybe a yard, and it was a 4th and 2. Coach Metter elected to go to punt it and see what his defense can do here early. Positive about that is we held on to the football. It's something we've struggled with this year. So Joe Byrns are going to be in the gun. He's got 2 backs on both hips. Looks like tight end left, receiver left. They're going to shift over. H-back line up to the left, and they're going to hand it off to number 1 going off the left side. He's got a lot of room out there, and he is going to be gone. He's at the 40, the 30, the 20, 10. That's a touchdown for the Red Devils. Just they shifted to the left side. Just put too many people over on that side, more than we had at the point of attack. And that was John Michael Wicks on the carry as a sophomore for the Red Devils. So he marched it in 65 yards for a touchdown. And that's going to put Joe Byrns up 6-0 early with 9:45 left to play in this first quarter. He may kick this over the net. Snap, a hold, and the kick is going to be good. So with 9:45 left to play in this first quarter, Red Devils lead the Bulldogs 7-0. We're going to take a quick break. We'll pay a bill. This is WEEN 1460. We'll be right back. I don't know. Okay, and so getting set to kick. Johns and Brown back deep. And heck of a block right there by number 52, Kurt Briley. He took two of them down. They kick it to the back of the end zone. So Bulldogs are going to take over on their own 20. All right. Clark gets to play. He's running it in right now. Breast Care Awareness Month is this month, not always the month of October, and so Joe Byrns did a good job right here painting the numbers pink. They've also got the outline of their logo in the midfield painted pink as well. So we're in a gun. John's on the right of the quarterback, and that was probably a false start that didn't get called, and I mean, Johns probably needs to cut that up. You know, always cut it up off the tail of your blocker instead of trying to bounce it out. And I think he tried to bounce that out. And when you bounce that out, I mean, there's no one there. There's going to be nowhere there to block. I mean, your blocker just the defender can just go off this block and make the tackle. And that's sort of what happened there. So just get your foot in the ground and get whatever you can. And, you know, Joe Byrns right now, they have no respect for our passing game. They are putting everybody up in the line of scrimmage. Just to, you know, they're playing the run. Until we can pass and throw it, they're not going to play anyone deep, and that's more like a little cover one they've got right here, and that's going to be a. I don't know who that was on. I think they're going to call off sides on Joe Byrns. And you know, Joe Byrns, they're coming up. They're not set. They're not set defensively. They're just they're kind of hanging around, and then when we break the huddle, right as we get ready to snap is, you know, when they kind of get set, and so they're a little late getting set. If we could sort of get to the line quick right here and snap the ball, we could probably catch them not set. And see right in here, they're just now getting set, and you know they got people moving there on the line. They got people moving right there on the line, still moving around when we snap the football. And, I mean, if we could sort of, like, quick snap them, I bet we could probably catch them in a situation here. So it's going to be 3rd down and 5, ball on the 25. Clark still in at quarterback. I see Johns on the sideline. That usually means we got Hubert in, and that's right, number 21. Dale Hubert is checked in at running back, and they're going to give it to him, and he's going to try to get to the edge, and there's just a little too much speed right there, and he's unable to get there. And it's going to bring up 4th down and 5. 4th down and 5 for the Bulldogs. 4.5 left to play in the first quarter, and we're going to have to punt for a 3rd time tonight. And that'll be 4th and 5 for the Bulldogs, as it looks like they're going to punt. Ecker will be back to do that for them, as Clay Woody will be back deep for the Red Devils to return. Ecker gets set to kick. Snap. It's going to be a kick. It was nose of the ball was down. It's going to take a RBS bounce, but it's going to bounce right in the hands of Woody. He's going to cut, make one miss. He's at the 35, reversing sides of the field. He's out here on the right side, the 30, the 25, the 20. Briley's there in front, makes him miss. And makes another miss. And he is going to be finally brought down and tackled. Number 17, Brown, on the tackle. But they're going to mark him down on the 2-yard line. And that's not where you want to be right here. Coach Metter, he may get to a point to where all right, so they come out in 2-by-1 set, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Quarterback in the gun, H-back left. Going to hand it to the running back going to the left side, and he's going to bully his way into the end zone to make it 20-0, pending, and so it's pending this extra point. All right, and so we're getting set for the extra point. Okay, we got the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and you know, Johns did a good job coming off the side there. If he would have just extended out, he might have blocked that. But anyway, with 3:40 left to play in the first, Red Devils extend their lead 21-0. If you're just tuning in, it's not good for the Bulldogs. Joe Byrns, their first offensive series, they took one play, 65 yards to the house. The next time we punted to them, and they took it to the house from 38 yards out. And then we punted again, and they took it all the way down to the 2-yard line and punched it in. And there's the 3 scores. All 3 extra points have been good. All right, and they're going to boot this deep to the end zone. Gosh, he knocks that. I mean, that ball hits probably 2 yards in front of the back of the end zone. And so he's kicking that almost 70 yards off the tee. That's impressive. You don't see that a lot in high school football. I don't know that there's not a team in the state of Tennessee you wouldn't kick off for. It's one of the best I've seen. All right, so the Bulldogs have the ball. They're going to try to get something going offensively here. They're down 21-0. 3:39 left to play. And defensively, it's just not looked good. Not done a good job tackling. This is one of those nights that maybe Coach Metter can get straightened out. So we're in a gun. John's lined up to the left of the quarterback, and we're back to pass. He throws it out, and it's going to be intercepted and down at the 25-yard line. And so that's where the Red Devils are going to take over. And not a bad look. He was open initially, and I just think the corner's playing so shallow against us. There's such a lack of respect. He was just right there. If he was in a normal position, I think it'd have been a catch and a 5 or 10 yard run. But they're just playing up on us. You know, they don't respect our pass at all. So we're in the gun. 2 receivers lined up tight to the right, 1 to the left. Receiver on the left goes in motion. They're going to hand it to him on a jet sweep, and he's got the edge. He gets cut inside, and he breaks a tackle, and he's going to roll into the end zone, and that's going to be a touchdown with 27-0, and this isn't good at all. Joe Byrns have run 3 plays and scored 4 times. And I don't really know what to say about that. It. They're getting set for the extra point. Snap, hold, and the kick is going to be up, and he's going to hit the skull with that one. That's good. So we're 3:20 left to go in the first. Joe Byrns leads 28-0. We're going to take a break, pay a bill. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. If you're just tuning in, Joe Byrns leads the Bulldogs 28-0 and getting set to kick off again. That's a boot. Again, he's just kicking as far as he can. And goodness, he's kicking it back to the end zone. This is flying at 65 yards. And like I said, you just don't see that very much. Even if you watch a 4A football or 3A football and you watch these teams making plays, you don't see that a whole lot. And then to see it out of single A football, that's impressive. That's impressive. All right, and so the Bulldogs, they get the ball on their own 20-yard line. And again, especially in single A football, if you can start that team on their 20, and if they don't get a first down, they have to punt. And you don't see a lot of punters booting it very big in single A either. And so, it allows you to get good field position if you got a kicker that can kick it. And that's a very good advantage. So we're in the gun. John's lined up to the left of the quarterback. That's Parker. Gets a snap, and he's going to hand it on the end around Dallas, and he's got some room off this left side, and he's up past the 25, down at the 26. Good 4-yard run by number 35, Delton Dallas. Good play design there. He's lined up. It's not really an H-back, but he's lined up sort of over the guard, between the guard and center. And he's sort of like direct snap. They like to direct snap it to him sometime and let him go up the middle off the right side. That time they just snap it, and he comes on, gets it on the end around. He's got Johns. He's got a receiver leading blocking for him, and a good 6-yard pickup right here on the first play of this drive. And so he hands it to Johns off to the left side again, and he's going to be just shy of the first. I think they're going to down him at the 29. Going to pick up of about 3, and that's going to be up 3rd down and 1. Needs to get to the 29 for a first, and so they need exactly a yard. That ball is marked right on that hash mark at the 29. So I'm looking at the baseball field behind me, the football field in front of me, and I'll tell you what, Joe Byrns, they've got all their facilities looking really nice. Some of the nicest I've seen in a while. All right, and so Dallas under center, quarterback sneaking, and I don't know. I think just looking at this line, Judge, he's running down to 30. They may give it to him. We haven't seen a good line. We haven't seen a good and that's why they're going to give it to him. I think the Bulldogs have a player down. Looks like Jeremiah Mullins. He's hunched up on the ground. So while the coaches check on him, he's grabbing his knee. So while they check on him, we're going to pay a bill. We'll be right back. This is WEEN 1460. All right, and now we're back, and player injured for the Bulldogs, number 74, Jeremiah Mullins. He was holding his knee and had to be helped off on the ground. He couldn't walk on his own. So we're going to hope he gets better. He's a freshman who he's our starting center, and he might just get rolled up on there in that quarterback sneak. Trying to get that first down. So Bulldogs have a first down and 10. They're first of the night. Ball on the 30-yard line. Parker in the gun. Johns lined up to the left of him, and they're going to hand it to the right side, going to Johns, and they're going to just shed a block. The Red Devils are going to shed a block and just bring Johns down. I think they're going to get him for a loss of about a yard, and it's going to bring up second down and 11, and they're going to lose that yard they gained on the quarterback sneak. And this will be the last play probably of the quarter, and they can just let the quarter run out. All right, they got to snap it quick. 3, 2, and so it's going to be a delay of game. And I don't know how you get a delay of game. You get a 40-second clock. You get a 40-second clock there. The clock should have started at 43, so we should have got down to at least 4 or 5 seconds before the delay of game. So I think he was about 5 or 6 seconds off right there. So it's going to back the Bulldogs up 5 on their own 24-yard line. We got 11 seconds. This will be the last play of the quarter. So we get John's lined up on the right of the quarterback, and quarterback's going to keep it, and he's not nowhere to go. And so we're going to get out of this quarter, and we're about to start the second one. So the Red Devils lead the Bulldogs 28-0 at the end of one. When we come back, we'll have the start of the second quarter. This is WEEN 1460. All right, and now we're back, and the Bulldogs have the ball. 3rd down and 16. Back on their own 24. They get the snap and hand it to Johns going off the right side. He's going to be chased down from behind, and he's trying to emphasize holding that football. And it's going to bring up 4th down. I think he may have lost some yards on it. Now, the no gain on the run, so it's going to still be 3rd down and 16. So Eckhart ready to punt. Woody back deep for the Red Devils. He's lined up on his own 47-yard line, and he's going to field it at the 50, and he's got a lot of room on that right side. He might be gone. Eckhart there. And so that's going to be the second return tonight. And we got a flag after the touchdown. So let's see what they call. It's probably going to be unsportsmanlike. Probably someone talking, saying something they shouldn't. And we're about to find out who it was on. I don't know what player it would be. They're not going to say the player. I know they'll tell the coaches. So it's going to be on the Red Devils. And they're going to apply that to the kickoff. So it's going to be 35-0. He's not, unless he, boy, that's a good kick. So it's going to be 35-0. It was on the Red Devils. So good job by the Bulldogs keeping their composure. And I saw one jerk the dog away. I don't know who. Good job by just keeping the composure, not getting any penalties on them. And so they're going to apply this penalty to the kickoff. All right, so okay, now they're going to step it off. Let's see where they step this off to. So it's going to be about 10, I think. 10 or 15 yards. Oh, so it's going to be 15 yards. So they're going to kick it back on their own 25-yard line. So this might set up for normal kickoff we see in normal games. All right, and so they're getting set to kick right here. 11:08 left playing in the first half. Red Devils lead 35-0. All right, they're going to pooch it, and it's going to land at the 45, and it's going to be picked up by Dallas. We're going to have great field position here, and he's gone. Oh, he just gets tripped up at the end. And very good run back. Best field position right here the Bulldogs have had tonight. Tried a little spot, a little placement there by the kicker. Kind of hoping just to see him let loose that leg. He didn't, so they're going to down him on the Red Devils on 38-yard line. So good return by Dallas. That's one of the better returns I've seen by the Bulldogs this year. All right, and so the Bulldogs, they have the ball on the Red Devils' 38-yard line. Parker, quarterback. John's lined up in his left side, and here's a penalty. And so it's going to be offsides on the Red Devils. You know, like I said earlier in the game, you know, the Red Devils having a lot of movement pre-snap, and they're not really set here. If the Bulldogs can snap it just a half a second later, they might catch them in something and be able to break one. All right, and so 10:59 left to play. Parker, he gets the play from the sideline. He runs it in. So far tonight, you know, we look at the positives. I know it's 35-0, but we look at the positives, and the Bulldogs, they've had on the football tonight, no turnovers. Well, other than interception, but no fumbles. He gets a snap, and once again, it's going to be offsides again on the Red Devils, and that's going to give us another. Well, I say we already had first down, but it's going to give us another first across the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to be 1st and 10. They're going to mark it on the 28. So the Bulldogs have yet to run a play, and they have the ball on the Red Devils' 28-yard line. I'd like to see them run it in from the 28-yard line and put some points on the board. All right, and so Clark has the play from the sideline. He's in the gun. John's lined up to the left of him. Get the snap, and they're going to hand it to Johns going off the right side, and he is going to be chased down. Interior lineman, just like he just slanted there, and came unblocked, grabbed Johns by the back of the jersey and just threw him down, and tackled by Marcus Allen, number 9, for the Red Devils. And that's going to be a loss of about 3. Back us up to the 31-yard line. Need to get up across the 18 for a first. 10.5 left to play in this first half. Same formation. Brown lined up to the right of the quarterback, just in front of him. And they're going to hand it again off the right side, and he's going to try to cut it up, and he's going to be tackled. Let's be at the original line of scrimmage up to the 28-yard line. And that's going to bring up 4th down. Actually, they're going to mark him at the 29, just looking at the line judge. And so it's going to be 3rd down and 11. Huber's going to check into the game for Johns. We're under 9.5 left to play in the half. Red Devils lead the Bulldogs 35-0. We've not seen a lot out of the Red Devils offense. 2 of their touchdowns tonight have come off punt returns. Actually, 3 of them have come off punt returns. We're close to it. Snap. This time we hand it to Huber, and it's supposed to be a double handoff. It's fumbled. Clark just picks it up, and so Bulldogs probably, I don't think we'll punt right here. I don't think we're going to punt right here. May see a pass. I don't know why. They might put Eckert right here and let him throw. I don't see him over here on the side. Yeah, I do. So they're going to leave Clark in at quarterback. Ball on the Red Devils' 33-yard line. We stay in the same formation. Hubert lined up to the right of the quarterback. And whistles are blowing. I don't know what the call is here. Red Bull was slow getting it in, so they may have called timeout to get this right. So we'll take one with them. This is WEEN 1460. We'll be right back. And Bulldogs have a 4th down and long. Need to get up to the 18 for a first. Ball is back on the Red Devils' 33-yard line. We're in the gun. Hubert lined up to the left of the quarterback, and he's going to drop back to pass. He's going to throw it out, and it's going to be almost cut off right there. Dallas probably needs to go back to that one and get it, but it's going to be broken up. Flag flew a little late, so they may call this pass interference on the Red Devils, and that's what they call. And so the Bulldogs. So they're going to march us up. So Bulldogs very fortunate with the penalties, and that's going to give us an automatic first down up to the 18-yard line. It was a 15-yard penalty. We needed 15 yards for the first. That's what we got. So very, very fortunate right there for the penalty. And so we got a whole new set of downs. Ball is in the red area for the first time tonight for the Bulldogs. 8 minutes left to play in the first half. Bulldogs have the ball. They started this drive with great field position. There was a play on the last touchdown that Joe Byrns scored. It was unsportsmanlike, and so it was applied to the kickoff. It backed them up to their own 25-yard line. They tried a little spot kick. Dallas was able to get it up to the 38. A couple of penalties later, we're up to the 28, and now we're up to the 18 after a pass interference. And then we're going to hand it to Hubert going off the left side. And, you know, he's got to cut that up, and I can see Coach Greenhall. I can see Coach Greenhall saying he's got to cut it up. He's a big kid. When you get going north and south, that's where he can do most of his damage. But if he's going east and west, that's not good. It kind of reminds me of the old Jerome Bettis. If Jerome Bettis ever got going north and south, he was nearly unstoppable, but not hard to tackle going east to west. Same way with like Derrick Henry. And so Hubert's a big kid. He needs to get up north and south, and I think that's what the coaches were telling him right there. So same formation. Hubert lined up to the right of the quarterback in the gun. He's going to hand it. No, he's going to fake a handoff. He's going to keep it, and he's going to try his luck up the middle. And he's not going to pick up much of anything. And I think it's going to be third down and about 13 or 12. So about third down and 14, loss of a yard there. Ball's on the 22-yard line. Need to get up to the 8-yard line for a first down. So we're under 7 minutes left to play. Should be around the 6.5-minute mark left in the first half when we snap this ball. All right, he's going to roll out the pass. He's got Dallas right there off the right side. Good pass. Oh, and Dallas gets it punched out and fumbled and recovered. He's up to the 10, and I don't know that there's a penalty over there on the left side. We may save us, but I don't know if he had possession. I don't know if he had possession long enough. I mean, got to catch the ball, make a football move. It was sort of a bang-bang play right there, and this may be on the Red Devils just based on where it's thrown at. And that's what they're going to call holding on the Red Devils. So that's going to negate whatever it was. And this is going to give Red Bull some yards back. So really good pass by Parker Clark. Dallas is playing like a tight end type position over here on the right side. I don't think it's a tight end exactly, but he got a free release off the line of scrimmage and did just maybe a 3-yard, just a little out, and Parker was able to release that pretty quick. Okay, so they're going to say that this was after the play. And, I question that, and I question that to begin with. I think that was incomplete. But irregardless, they're going to give Joe Byrns the ball back on their own 5-yard line. Quarterback's in the gun. They're going to hand it to the running back just going off the right side. And he's got a lot of room on that right side. He's up past the 20. He's the 30, the 40. Going to be pushed out of bounds by number 21, Dell Huber, but it's going to be in Bulldog territory after about we're going to say a 55-yard run up to the 40-yard line. They had the ball down on 5. So 55-yard run by number 30 of Joe Byrns. Let me see if I can get a number. No, they're going to mark him midfield. So 45-yard run. Number 30 of the Red Devils, that's Kavion Broxton. He's a senior. So they stay in that same formation. H-back left, tight end left, quarterback in the gun. And I think we got too many men on the line of scrimmage, too many men on the field. So I think 12 men on the field from just what I see. Yep, we got. So too many men on the field penalty is going to give us up where I originally thought the ball was going to be to begin with, up at the 45-yard line in Bulldog territory. Same formation, receiver lined up on both sides, and they're gonna fake it this time and pass. Got a receiver out here to the left, wide open. That's number 6, and that's number 8. He's gonna make one miss, and very fortunate he slid here on the sideline because I don't know if he was gonna be tackled, and so he's up to about the 35-yard line where he slides out of bounds, and that's gonna be a first down and 10 for Joe Byrns. 5:50 left to play in this first half. It's 35-0 game. Ball on the 35-yard line. Joe Byrns has it. Tight end left, H-back right, quarterback in the gun, receiver on each side, running back on his left hip. And he's going to hand it to number 30 going off the right side. That's Broxton. He's going to juke and jive up to the 25-yard line.
Broxton on the carry up the middle. Brought down by a host of Bulldogs.
So they're going to mark him at the 25. There's going to be a 5-yard gain. And that's going to be a first down and 10 for the Red Devils. So they got 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Broxton lined up to the left of the quarterback who's in the gun, and he's looking to pass. There's a flag on the field, and pass was intended to number 9 of the Red Devils. And so that's probably going to be offsides on the Bulldogs. So it's going to be a sideline warning on the Bulldogs. And that's something that they don't count any yards off or anything off that when they throw it the first time, but I've never seen it thrown a second time. I've never seen it thrown a second time. So they stay in that same formation. Get the snap. They're going to hand it to the left side. Oh, and he breaks a tackle. Dallas was there for the tackle. Just was unable to wrap up completely. And it's going to be a gain up to the 11-yard line by Broxton. And it's going to be enough for another Red Devil first down. So Red Devils should be able to still get another first down. It's going to be the first down and 10 from the 11-yard line. So they would need to get up. They're actually going to mark them at the 12-yard line. So they need to get up to the 2 for a first down. Or we're going to be under 4.5 left to play in the first half when this ball is snapped. So they come out in 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Broxton lined up to the right of the quarterback who's in the gun. Tight end right. Gets the snap. He's looking to pass. Throws it out to the right side. He's going to break a tackle and walk into the end zone. Touchdown Bulldogs. Johns was in cover, just unable to come up and make a tackle. And that's going to make the score 41-0 pending this extra point. All right, and so they're getting the kick lined up. Snap, the hold, the kick is up, and the kick is, ooh, it's going to be close. And it's no good. So with 4:15 left to go in the first quarter, the first half, Red Devils lead the Bulldogs 41-0. We'll pay a bill. We'll be right back. This is WEEN 1460. Red Devils lead the Bulldogs 41-0. So Brown and Johns back to return, and they've been back there the entire night. They've not done a bad job. Just nothing in front of them really to blocking wise. I mean, these are deep kicks, and that's something, that's point of interest that Coach Metter said he's kind of working on to try to find somebody back there to get some consistency in the kickoff return. And again, we're really, really young. No seniors really touch the ball. And so this is going to be a deep kick, and it's going to be returnable. That's by number 17, Lucas Brown. He's up to about the 20, and he's going to take a hit hard at the 20. But he's going to get up. And so he's shaking. He's shaking up a little bit after that one, and that was a hard hit. And Brown, he's just a sophomore. Got Johns just a junior. Quarterback's just a junior. Dallas, who runs it a lot, is just a sophomore. Hubert, who runs it a lot, is just a sophomore. So Bulldogs come out, same formation they've been running. Johns lined up to the left of the quarterback, and they're going to hand it to him going off the right side. And he's got two hands on the ball. That's something I've noticed. He's been wrapping that ball up, trying to take care of it, and he's done a good job with that tonight. I mean, you do lose a step. They always say, your arms move as fast as your legs, and when you're unable to move your arms, it does cause you to slow down a little bit, but he is taking care of that football. So he's giving away some speed to protect the football, and that's probably not that's probably a wise thing for him, especially, since he's had a hard time holding on to the football. So loss of no gain on the play. Maybe a loss of a half a yard, and so it's going to bring up second down, and they got 11 on the scoreboard. Parker in the gun. John's line up to his right, and they're going to hand it to Dallas going to the end round. He's got some space over there, but just unable to hold on to the blocks long enough. And so it's going to be probably a loss on the play. And so it's got third down and about 10 right here. Ball on the 19. Wasn't a loss, just no gain. So third down and 10. Ball on the 19-yard line. All right, Clark in the gun. John's lined up to his right. May see a pass right here, and that's what we got. He's dropping back, and he's got a. He had a. I think there was a route that was run wrong because I think he was throwing it to a spot on the field, and there was a receiver there. I think the ball was intended to number 81, Jaden Halliburton, but he started floating toward the middle of the field. Parker, he threw it to the right of the field. So I think there's just a little bit of miscommunication there. This is only the second game that Parker's played quarterback, so there's still a learning curve there for him. But I'm going to tell you what, Halliburton was open in the middle of the field, and if he could have got that to the middle of the field and got that in Halliburton's hand, he could have probably got some yards after the catch right there because there wasn't nobody close to him. So 2:15 left to play in this first half. Joe Byrns have the ball on Bulldogs' 35-yard line, and I think the Bulldogs are going to take a timeout, so we'll take one with them. This is WEEN 1460. We'll pay a bill, and we'll be right back. Are on defense. Red Devils have the ball on the Bulldogs' 35-yard line. 2:15 left to play. Red Devils out in two receivers to the right. Two receivers line up tight to the left. Quarterback in the gun, running back line up to the right of the quarterback. He's looking to pass and throws it across the middle. It's complete to number 1, and he's got a lot of space in front of him. He's up to 20, the 10. He's going to be tackled by number 1, Tyler Johns, around the 5-yard line. And, I think, and I understand you want to try to score and get the offense some work, but I don't know that I wouldn't run the ball a little bit and I don't know, not put it in the air so much. But irregardless, they did complete the pass up to looks to be around the 10-yard line. 2 backs in the backfield, 1 on each side of the quarterback, and I don't know what we have here. Okay, it's too many men in the game. So they're going to back them up 5 yards. So they're going to put the ball on the 15-yard line.
Call will be against Joe Byrns for an illegal substitution.
So 2 running backs on each side of the quarterback is in the gun. He's going to hand it to the left side, and he's going to just bully his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Devils. That's 47-0. Pending, and then we got an extra point coming. So they missed the last extra point. I figured they'd kick, being up 47-0. It was a tight game, and it was going to be 12. They might go to 2 to try to make it 14, but that's not going to happen. So they're going to kick it here, try to get up 48-0. Kicker's got a good leg. He's been pretty consistent. One of the things I said before the game is they do try to kick it a lot. We played when they played Ezo Harding a couple of weeks ago. I think I saw 4 field goals in the first half, and one of them's from 55, and that one's definitely good. So it's 48-0 with 1:21 left to play in this game in the first half. Red Devils lead the Bulldogs 48-0. We'll take a break, and when we come back, the Red Devils will be kicking off to the Bulldogs. This is WEEN 1460. All right, and now we're getting set to kick, and we're 1:21 left to play. And so I'm going to say, and I hope anyway, that this is the last that the Bulldogs will have the ball at least the entire rest of the half, barring a quick score. That's what I hope anyway. All right, so this is going to be a deep kick. It may be returnable. And it's going to bounce into the end zone. And Eckhart, he was back there this time for Lucas Brown. So Eckhart and Johns was in there on the kickoff return. Brown, he took a shot last time, and I see him off the side right here with his helmet off, and so he might have got his bell rung. I mean, he did get hit hard, and I mean, kid was bigger than him, but he didn't shy away from it, and sometimes that happens. Sometimes you give them, sometimes you take them, and that time he just took it. In the future, he'll probably give a few, so it just is what it is. So Bulldogs, they got the ball on their own 20-yard line. 1:21 left to play, down 48-0. Eckhart into the game now at receiver. John's the running back. He's lined up off the right hip of the quarterback, and it's a high snap, but they give it to Johns off the left side. And that run game, they've not been able to get anything. They're just looks like, I mean, from here it looks like they're just slanting and pinching, hitting the gaps, and we're just unable to stop them at all. And they are shooting the gaps and getting us before we're getting started. And that's going to be a loss of a couple right there.
Loss of 2 on the play will make it 2nd and 12.
So we just may run this one out, run a couple more plays, and get out of this and take it to halftime. It's a 48-0 game. And so we should be able to run one more play right here and just let it run out to halftime. And I don't know that I just went quarterback sneak it. So John's the running back. They snap, and they hand it to him going off that left side. He cuts it up in the middle, and he's able to pick up a couple of yards. But I think unless Joe Byrns takes a timeout, I believe we'll take this one to half. So 20 seconds left. They can take it to half, and we may do that. So it's a 3rd down and 10. Ball's on the 20-yard line, so we've not gained anything. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's going to be the halftime. So at half, the Red Devils lead the Bulldogs 48-0. We'll take a break. We come back. I'll read off a few scores across the state. There's some good ones out there this week. And then we'll take another break, and we come back. We'll have the second half kickoff. This is WEEN 1460. So for the Bulldogs, it's going to look like it's going to be between Red Bull and Innovation for that 3-4 spot. Red Bull has traveled down to South Pitt every year but one since we've had the automatic bid to the playoffs. And it'd be nice to not have to go down to South Pitt this year. So Eckhart's getting set to kick off, and he's going to poke it out there to the 40. And it's going to be fielded at the 40. And they're just going to down it. So they're just going to down at the 40, no return. And Joe Byrns, they're going to take over on their own. Actually, they're going to down him at the 41-yard line in Joe Byrns' territory. And so I think the Bulldogs, they may sub in some dudes right here, some subs. Let's see if Joe Byrns does the same. I don't see it. They got their starting quarterback in there, and still have their starting running back in. So the quarterback's in the gun. He's got a receiver on each side, H-back right. And they're just going to hand it to number 30 going off the right side. That's Throckmore. He's going to cut up across the 50 and finally be drugged down at the 40-yard line. And up 48-0. I thought we might have seen some of the subs start here in the second half. But we are going to get a running clock, so I believe the clock's only going to stop on timeouts and scores. All right, so Joe Byrns comes out, 2 receivers left, trying to get a substitution in. So 2 receivers left, 1 to the right, quarterback in the gun, and the quarterback's just going to snap it. He's going to keep it off the left side. He's got a lot of room in front of him. He's up at the 30, the 20, 10, touchdown. And that's going to make it 54-0. And so they're going to attempt the extra point, and now so we got the extra point right here. Snap, the hold, the kick is going to be good. So got 10:05 left to play. Joe Byrns have extended their lead even more to 55-0. So we're going to take a break. We'll pay a bill. We'll be right back. Back deep for the Bulldogs, number 5, Logan Eckhart, number 1, Tyler Johns. Brown's got his helmet off in the sideline. I think that hit earlier probably put him out of the game. Jeremiah Mullins, who got rolled up on, has hyperextended his knee, according to one of the coaches. He's out for the game, and so Bulldogs have a bye week next week, and so that'll give us the ability to get healthy and maybe get some of these guys back. Because when we come back, we'll have Clay County at home, and we'll finish our season with Clay County, Gornsville, Innovation Academy, and I'll have to look to see who the other one was. So this is a line drive kick, and it's going to be fielded by Eckhart, and he's going to fumble it and fall on it at the 16-yard line. And I'm telling you what, those ground balls are hard to field because those footballs, I mean, they tend to bounce every which way. And, again, it's difficult. And so Bulldogs are in. Bulldogs have the ball on offense. Clock's going to continue to run. We're under 8.5 left to play. And just like to see the Bulldogs get something going offensively here. All right, and so Bulldogs, they break the huddle. Parker, the quarterback. John's lined up to his left side. Snap. And he's going to hand it off to Johns. He's going to go off the side, cut it up. He has a room right there on the right side across the 20. It's going to be close to a 4-yard run. It's going to bring up second down and close to 6 for the Bulldogs. Clock continued to run under 7.5 left to play. So, I mean, that's one of the things about this clock running. You'll use up all 40 seconds, run a play. So you're using up, plays 7-8 seconds. So you're using up close to a minute each play. So it makes these games like this one right here go by pretty quick. All right, we just crossed the 7-minute mark. Bulldogs break the huddle. Stay in that same formation, just flip it. Parker in the gun. John's lined up to the right of him. 2 receivers lined up tight. Get the snap, and he's going to hand it to Sebastian Shroud off the right side, number 88. He gets it on the end around to the right side, and he's going to lose yards, and it's going to bring up third down for the Bulldogs. Figured I might see some of the Joe Byrns subs. That's not the case. They come out at halftime with their starters. They score a touchdown, and I see a few starters still on defense for them. So it should be around 6-minute mark when this ball is snapped. Going to be third down and about 7. Lost a yard on the run. Ball on the 21-yard line. Drive started on the 18. They move Johns over. He's lined up to the left of the quarterback. Quarterback in the gun. Get the snap. It's a high snap. Parker tries to run it up the middle. Maybe get off to the left side. He's going to be tackled at the line of scrimmage, maybe for a loss of a yard, and it's going to bring up fourth down. And I think the Bulldogs they're going to have to punt.
Brings up 4th and 7. Echols will go back to punt for the Bulldogs.
All right, we got everybody set. Snap, high snap. He fumbles it, but he gets it off. Good little punt. It's going to cross the 50 and hit. And it's going to be fielded. Oh, he's going to fumble it. We got the ball. So good job by Dalton Dallas to just run and get that. Normally on a punt, and I'm sure Joe Byrns' coach is livid right now, but normally on a punt that goes over your head, you don't try and go back and field it, and that's what the returner tried to do there. And he fumbled it. And Dallas was able, good hustle play by number 35, Dalton Dallas. Been very impressed with him. Offensively, he runs hard. Defensively, he's physical. And right there, that was just a hustle play to get down the field, and he jumped on that football. He's just a sophomore, so he's going to be a good football player for the Bulldogs the next 2 years as a junior and a senior. So Dallas, he recovered that ball on Joe Byrns' 37-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs are going to take over under 4.5 left to play in the third quarter. Blue Devils lead 55. Red Devils led 55-0. Parker gets the snap and he hands it to Johns. Oh, it's a fumble, and Parker, he's just going to fall on it. It's going to be a loss of probably 5 or 6 here. Little mistiming right there. I think Johns tried to come across and get it a little early. It was a high snap, and
Be 2nd and 16 for the Bulldogs.
so Clark gets the call. It's going to be 2nd down, 16 to go. They park the ball at the 43-yard line. Still in Joe Byrns' territory. Needs to get up across the 32 for a first down. No, I'm sorry, the 27. 27 for a first down. Parker gets the snap. It's high, but he gives it to Johns off the left side. And, man, they just shooting those gaps hard. And, oh, no. There is a fumble. And You got flags flying all over the place.
Got an injury timeout on the field.
All right, we got an injured player for the Bulldogs and an injured player for Joe Byrns. So while we get these players checked out, we're going to hope they're okay, and we'll take a break, and we'll be right back.
Play, the Bulldogs come up with a fumble. It will make it second and about 16.
All right, and so we're back, and a lot happened right there. So it was a fumble. Bulldogs got on it. There was a scuffle at midfield, offsetting penalties for both teams, which should happen because both teams were involved and at fault. And so now the Bulldogs are coming out, and they're going to pass, and it's going to be complete to number I can't really see who that is. Good route combination. That was past the complete to number 88, Sebastian Stroud. I mean, it was dropping. Everything was sort of lined up right side, and it was like a little flood concept coming across the middle to the left side. And Parker Clark threw a really good pass there. Completed number 88, Sebastian Stroud. Got up to the 33-yard line, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Bulldogs. We're starting the 4th quarter, so during that, while the players were down and they were sorting out the penalties, they just continued to let the clock run. And like I said, it's only going to stop for touchdowns and timeouts. And so we're clock continued to run throughout that whole incident. And so we start in the 4th quarter now, clock running. Bulldogs have the ball on their own on the Joe Byrns 33-yard line. Parker in the gun. Huber line up to his right side, and they're going to look to pass. They've got Halliburton open right there across the middle, just thrown a little bit behind him, almost intercepted, but it does fall incomplete, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 6 for the Bulldogs. Okay, so we're under 10 minutes left to play. Bulldogs, they break the huddle. Clark has a play in. Receiver on each side. Huber lined up on the left side of Clark. Clark in the gun. And I think they try to get Joe Byrns to jump, and that's what happens. And so I believe and that's what they're going to call. So it's offsides on Joe Byrns. Got him to go on 2, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 1 for the Bulldogs. And so we're going to see if they can pick up this 1 yard. So that's going to move them up to the 28-yard line. Need to get to the 27 for first. Going to be around 9 minutes or less when this ball is snapped. Clark in the gun. 2 receivers on each side lined up tight. Halliburton and Eckert, the receivers. Clark's just going to keep it, and he's going to try to get it, and I think it's going to, I don't know. Give it to him. And that's when they are. So 1st down and 10 for the Bulldog. Clark, he probably needed 1, got 1.5, and that's going to bring up 1st down and 10 for the Dogs now. We're under 8.5 left to play. Joe Byrns leads 55 to nothing. They've had the ball 1 time this half. Bulldogs have had it the rest of the time. Okay, so 8 minutes left. We got twins tight on the left side. Shroud the H-back line up to the left, and they're going to hand it to Huber going to the left side. And he's able to pick up probably close to 5 yards, stick his head down, and get north. Finally gets north and south. Up across the 20-yard line. That's going to be a 2nd down, and I think about 4 or 5 to go. It's hard to see from where I'm at. So 2nd down and 5, according to the announcer. He can see it better than I can. Ball is on the 22. I can't see that much. Under 7:20 left to play. Should be around the 7-minute mark when this ball is snapped. Clark just now getting the play and bringing it to the huddle. Score from last night: Clay County beat Middle Tennessee Christian 30-20 last night. I'm gonna see if I can. See if I can find some more scores. Macon still up on Stone 21-14 at halftime, and there was a fumble, and it's going to be a scoop. It's going to be a scoop, and unless Huber can track him down, I don't see him. That should be a holding. I cannot believe they're not going to call that. But Joe, he blocked him. Thought it was a holding. He blocked him, and number 8 of Joe Byrns blocked Huber, put him on the ground. It was a good block. They got up, shook hands. And I mean, you do kind of like to see that. I mean, even on that, no one getting mad there, and so that's going to make the score 61-0, pending this extra point. And so they're getting set to kick this extra point. Clock is still running. All right, and so the extra point is good. So with 5.5 left to play, clock still ticking. Joe Byrns has extended their lead to 62-0. All right, and now we're back, and let's just look at some score updates. This game is 61-0 with 4.5 left to play. DeKalb, it still says at halftime, 14-0. Maryville up 28-0 at halftime on Cookeville. No update there. Upperman up 35-6 on Livingston in the third quarter. Actually, I just got a score. We're starting the fourth quarter between Trousley County and Jackson County. It's knotted up 14-14. Watertown and Sequatchie County is knotted up in the third quarter, 21-21. In the third quarter, just starting, Macon County leads Stone Memorial 21-14. And then Cannon up on Smith County 23-19 at halftime. So good game right there. Let's see if I can find Gormsville Westmoreland game. So Gormsville leads Westmoreland at halftime 28-0. All right, and so there's a touchback there. We're going to be under 3.5 left to play. Joe Byrns leads the Bulldogs 62-0, and a lot of the scores have come off special teams. Scoop and score right there from the Bulldog fumble. Again, the fumbling woes continued. Just little things, you got to focus on cleanup. Young team, so a lot of what you do this year can carry over into next year. So we're in the gun. Huber at the tailback, and he gets to Huber going off the right side, and he's got some room. He's up past the 20, up across to the 23, and you got to imagine Coach Metter would want him to cut that up just a little bit quicker, try to get north-south. He's a big kid. If Huber can get north and south, he can, punish some kids and always fall forward. So we'll only get a few more plays in here before the game is over. Johns hadn't come out. I'm proud of that kid. He's done a good job this year. I mean, yeah, he's fumbled the ball a few times, but this first year running the football, and he's run hard. He's come a long way as a football player. And he's in there obviously hurt and limping, but he's still playing. And they just, Joe Byrns shoots the gap again and unable to get him to stop. Get them to the point to where we can cut upfield. That's been kind of hard. We just haven't been able to block it very good tonight. So Joe Hubert was on the carry there on the left side, tackled on the 18. We're under 2 minutes left to play. Should be around the minute and a half mark when this is snapped. So looks like we may get a couple more plays in here. We'll run this play and then maybe run one more.
It'll bring up 3rd and 12 for the Bulldogs.
All right, so we're in the gun, and he's going to direct snap it to Dallas. He's off the right side, and he's just going to run into a defender and be just took down. No gain on the play, and it's going to be under a minute left. And I don't know that we may not punt here. I mean, the clock's not going to stop, so just take the penalty. Just take the penalty, back them up 5, and then just keep going. I mean, so that's going to probably be the end of the game. I don't see another snap, and so that's going to probably make the score 62 to nothing. So next week, Red Bullen will be on bye. We don't play next week. Bulldogs will have a chance to rest up and get healthy, and then the following week we will be back at home for homecoming, where we will host Clay County. That will be our 3rd home game of the season. We only got one more home game after that, which will be Innovation Academy. And so I'll see you guys in 2 weeks when we host Clay County. This is WEEN 1460. Thanks for everybody tuning in.
Red Springs Bulldogs 0. And for the home win, for the Byrns Red Devils 62.